Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Vibra got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you had a great day. And man, this market is just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. But that's all right. You know, this is what we've been talking about for such a long time. Japan is going to cause a global liquidity crisis. I think it's going to be bad. Ray Dalio was just on the media talking about it on CNBC. And when he's out here, you know, I think it's getting near. I thought it was going to be last year, to be honest with you. But these things take time. They can just keep kicking the can down the road. But today, the Japan 10-year just skyrocketed. It went parabolic today. And it's only a matter of time before that starts to break and they unload a ton of U.S. treasuries on the market. And that's where I think the banks and corporations that are going to be launching stable coins are going to be there to scoop them up. So I really hope the Clarity Act gets passed, but we'll see. You know, they're taking their time with that too. And the banks are really fighting back and realizing, oh shit, we kind of dropped the ball with this one. And the crypto lobby has some power now. Nowhere near the banking cartel, but you could tell Brian Armstrong, he's got a voice. Brad Garlinghouse, and hopefully Charles Hoskinson can do something. His rant was hilarious the other day, going off. But Flare is at, I know, bro, it's like tapping all-time lows. It's crazy. I actually bought more today. I keep buying, bro. I just have a feeling that Flare, they were seed funded by Ripple. That's all I need to know. And I think there's a lot more going on with Google, with the U.S. government. Hugo Filion has been just a legend for years. And these things take time, man. From when people got into Bitcoin at $1 in 2010, they had to wait 9 years. When did it hit 20K? 2017, 2018. So that's how long these things take. And the Flare airdrops end this month. So that's why the price has been going down, because people have just been accumulating and people are dumping that need money. You know, people need to live, so they're going to sell the free coins. But the smart people are holding and accumulating more and more Flare, not selling it, because Flare unlocks actual utility and DeFi for XRP, for Doge, for Bitcoin, for Litecoin. There's a bunch of projects that you can't do shit with. You can't stake, you can't do anything with. So Flare and XRP ultimately are what I think are going to be what saves Bitcoin in the future. Because you're going to be able to actually earn yield and do shit with it. but we shall see. There's the man. What up, Goo, bro? Hope everything was well. Hope you had a great vacay. Saw the pics down in Florida. We were actually just down there this past week, so fuck, it feels good to get out of this cold because it was 6 degrees up here and windy as shit today. But new moon energy will be back green February 1st. Perfect. Because you taught me well. I sold the last Dynex pump. I sold out of Axelar at the last pump. And I consolidated into Flare and just more blue chips. I don't care about the profit on those. I just know selling these tops. And like I rebought Dynex and added 8% to my bag, which was nice. So I'm finally not fucking around and just holding and just letting profits evaporate in front of my face. Yeah, we're all here for the tech. That's why we love Flare. Kind of tired of buying the super niche DeFi shit at this point, man. Well, I know that's the exact same feeling that I had with Sologenics when I bought it in September last year, right before it pumped. I was looking at my wallet and I was just thinking, I'm like, man, Sologenics, like, I know it's going to do well in the future. It pumped so hard last cycle and I doubled my bag. And literally 3 weeks later, it's 7x'd. And that's how fast these things move. I'm not saying Flare is going to do that, but when Flare starts to see its real value, bro, it launched at like 30 something cents. So if it goes back there and does a 30x from here, just think of what your monthly drops and your every epoch and your staking rewards are right now, and times that by 30. Like it starts to get crazy. And once these things start rolling and tokenization comes and assets are on chain and Bermuda, we'll talk about that in a second. Like shit is coming. BTC 88. Yeah, bro. I think this has to be Japan. Or it's come from beyond unloading his what was it? I don't know how many thousands of Bitcoin in his early wallets, or he's just moving them to wallets that aren't hackable. Yeah, bro, you taught me the way. Anytime the market's like this and we're not in a bull market or like, fear and greed's on its way up, if you get a random pump, you got to sell that shit and just wait 3 days and buy back, or even a week and buy back. No, bro, Flare isn't an EVM. Flare is EVM compatible. Flare is interoperable with any blockchain. It brings an oracle natively to any blockchain. Flare is all about bringing DeFi and interoperability to blockchains that don't have shit. But it was predominantly made for the XRP ledger. Like Ripple funded Flare. Stronghold came from Ripple. Certain companies, Stellar came from Ripple. And we're going to talk about that in a minute with the ties from Elon and Jeb McCaleb and where I think that shit is going to end up. But Bermuda teams up with Coinbase and Circle, aiming to build a fully on-chain economy. So the initiative aims to pilot stablecoin payments across government agencies, expand USDC adoption among local businesses, and support financial institutions integrating tokenization and other digital finance tools. So, I mean, I think by like 2030, half of the world's assets will be tokenized on chain, from like real estate to jewelry, cars, Pokemon cards, debt. The plan unveiled Monday at the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos outlines Bermuda's ambition to integrate blockchain payments and financial tools at a national level. So once one does it, they all are going to follow suit. And they're using Circle's USDC. So this is what we want to see. Like this just makes me more confident that Coinbase is going to become a neobank. And they're going to offer banking services and lending, borrowing, everything that JP Morgan and our banks do. Coinbase is going to offer. Probably have credit cards and debit cards. It's going to be awesome. That way, if we go and say we have our flare, it's still staked in 2 years from now. And every week we're earning like I don't know, $180 in rewards every week. And then you use that as your grocery bill or your grocery money. And you swap that flare out. And as long as you're spending under $200, it's not taxable. So if as long as you can go out and spend under $200 at a time, you're good to go. There's going to be no tax on those transactions. So we'll be able to spend our profits without having to pay tax on them to a certain degree. It's going to be super cool. So everyone that's freaking out now, guys, it's all fear. It's all fear porn. At the end of the day, we all know where this shit is going. Oh, we're at 85 million Bitcoin. So I think this was come from beyond. The wallet accumulated. Oh no, but okay, never mind. I thought it was one of the early Genesis ones. But all right, he already said the 400,000 we're gonna get sold from those early wallets last year, and he said 700,000 this year. So I don't know if these are more his wallets or he just knows what's coming. But it's crazy how Come From Beyond knows the amount of Bitcoin that's gonna get sold a year before. If he predicts 2 years in a row, right? I mean, guys, how he knows who Satoshi is if it's not him. The ownership of the wallet remains unclear. Well, I can give you a couple hints at who it is. That's how stupid these people are. And that's how ass backwards this whole market is. How everything is valued. Nothing's valued correctly right now. New York Stock Exchange develops tokenized securities platform to support 24/7 trading. Here we go. 24/7 trading. That means we need what? Instant settlement. So I think that's going to be a huge part of when these tokenized stocks go live in Q3 this quarter. We're going to have regulations in place, instant settlement in place, and it's going to start looking a lot different, I think. They said Monday they're developing a platform for trading and on-chain settlement of tokenized securities, a move that could support crypto-style 24/7 trading of U.S. listed equities and ETF funds. Okay, so that's not even stocks. Awesome. So that's even better. So that means we have stocks coming. That's awesome. The platform will enable features including round-the-clock trading, fractional share purchases, order size and dollar amounts, and immediate settlement using tokenized capital. Oh, so it is stock trading, but just with different collateral. The system combines the pillar matching engine with blockchain-based post-trade infrastructure and is designed to support multiple blockchains for settlement and custody. The exchange shed platform is intended to power a New York State exchange venue focused on digital securities. I said it's working with BNY and Citi to enable tokenized deposits across clearinghouses, allowing clearing members to manage funds outside traditional banking hours and meet margin requirements across jurisdictional and time zones. So here we go, guys. This shit's coming. And we just need the legislation in place. And Stellar conveniently now to deploy X-Ray ZK upgrade in 2 days. Introducing its privacy-focused features ahead of broader institutional usage. The update follows stablecoin testing by U.S. banks on Stellar in November and Franklin Templeton adding XLM to its ETF in December. Despite XLM trading about 54% below recent highs, the network continues to expand production-grade ZK infrastructure with Poseidon hashing and BN254 curves. You know how big those fucking curves are? BN254. Whoo! Expected to go live shortly after the upgrade, alongside existing banking integrations and on-chain activity. So Stellar is a decentralized blockchain founded by Jeb McCaleb. And what is Jebediah doing right now? So Ripple got in all this trouble early on. They got sued. But how did Jeb McCaleb not be involved in this at all. He was there early and he was able to just keep selling his entire bag throughout the whole lawsuit. And now he's launching rockets with Elon Musk. So he has ties to Elon. They're working together right now. So I don't know if Stellar is going to be a part of X Payments or not, but I don't know if this is true, but I found this tweet earlier. Few ex-employees knew they were testing send and receive USDC. Something was hidden. Only a few top engineers know about P2P's zero fee feature. In the past day, the X Payments engineering team quietly pushed an internal commit to the private repo that activates a new instant peer-to-peer rail in the staging environment. It's built directly on Dogecoin's layer 1 for settlement, with off-chain indexing for sub-zero confirmation. The change includes a hidden flag that enables zero-fee Doge transfers between X users when both parties have verified payment accounts. This was merged after a small group of devs ran the final load test showing it handled 80K microtransactions per minute without blockchain bloat. It's not live yet. It's expected to soft launch in early Q1 for selected users. Guys, that is huge. Not because Stellar is involved with this, but because what goes live in a couple days with Qubic, Dogecoin mining. So how convenient. How did Come From Beyond know to start mining Dogecoin? And if this happens and Doge is like the main payment infrastructure right now for X payments out the gate, it's going to go ballistic again. And Qubic is going to be mining it. Like, holy shit. And guys, RWA.XYZ every day now. You're starting to see how much money is coming on chain. Canton leading the way with 330 billion. But just because Canton is tokenizing stocks, it doesn't mean they're going to use that blockchain to settle on. There's going to be multiple companies working together to do this. Quant's going to be a big part of the CBDCs that are coming. As much as people hate it, we're not going to have them here, but communist countries will. In other countries, that's just their culture. Shit's coming. But you could see Stellar's got $1 billion now on here. Binance has 2 billion, E13. But Stellar, guys, they're building. This right here, you don't think this ZK upgrade coming in 2 days right before all the legislation, Flare networks, all their airdrops are ending this month, right as all the DeFi is starting to go live on the XRP ledger. We have the amendments for borrowing and lending and everything getting passed right now in the next couple weeks. So all of this stuff is happening together, almost like it's coordinated somehow. Meanwhile, they're stalling the Clarity Act. But is it a positive for the crypto industry? I don't know, guys. I don't give a shit. Like, they're just, I don't know what, if it really is, they're arguing back and forth, or it's just a game that they're playing to give a public image. But behind the scenes, we already know who the chosen ones and the winners are. But they're just acting like idiots. It's political theater or mainstream theater. And this shit is just meant to make the public act in certain ways. If they can push a narrative and get an next, 90% of people to not touch crypto, the banks win that little bit more. And that's all it's about, is spreading fear to the masses on Twitter and all over social media to make people act irrationally and not make smart decisions. And this whole gambling epidemic, instant gratification, the young kids these days, they can't imagine buying a crypto and holding it for 5 years. That shit doesn't even make sense to them. That they can hold a meme coin for 2 days and then they have to sell it. Like, it's just wild how fast this shit has impacted our culture. 24/7 stock trading using stable coins as liquidity. Okay, that's what I thought. It's pretty cool because you get all your dividends on the blockchain. That's sick. Oh, that's cool. Hey, bro, and then Dynex is up there trading as a tokenized stock next to all the quantum stocks. Man, that would be fucking sick. Yeah, we saw this. Charles Hoskinson. If you didn't see the video, look it up on YouTube. He freaked out. But like, where was he when the SEC was coming after Richard Hart? When the SEC was coming after XRP and Ripple, when it was obviously so uncalled for, where was he sticking up for that? Nowhere. He was off doing his own thing. He never came out and did shit. So he's a little gamma. I think he's a little bitch. And I just don't like the guy one bit. The Q Doge airdrop. So I did this. So for Garth, you got to go to Zeely.io to complete the tasks to stay in the top 100 to get the airdrop. So I've been doing that consistently. And I sent in my 1 million Qubic to the address, did the task. So I'm getting my airdrop tomorrow of Q Doge. So I'm in for 1 million Qubic and we'll see what it's worth tomorrow. But it's just cool that there's stuff building and growing along with QCino. Did a space with Samson the other day, and the founder QCino came in. Is super cool dude, and I like his idea where he wants to have like some kind of slots and like gambling sites for smaller amounts of Qubic where you're not going crazy, but just poker. So he just did a pre-sale and I bought my tokens at 777 and now they're 888. So it's closing in a little bit, but just cool seeing people build. And the AMA today, I got to go back and I didn't have time today to listen to it, but every one of these Qubic AMAs, guys, is so impressive. Like it really is. Qubic is just on a whole different level. And you can see that this is like come from beyond. This is the one he's been his lifetime like mission, his lifetime goal. He's been working on the shit for 20 plus years. He wanted to do it on IOTA, but it just wasn't happening. So he had to build it all out himself. It took an extra 10 years. But if he pulls this off, man, it's going to be absolutely crazy. But all these coins, they're super volatile right now, guys. They're going up and down. The whole market's tanking. Qubic is at all-time lows. But Eco is launching QRWA. And there's still one more day left for the pre-sale right here. And it's a Dutch auction. So how this works is it's going to, because people have been fudding the hell out of QMine because Eco he's in control of everything. The mining, the rigs, and people from a certain project just won't stop fudding it. So QRWA decentralizes everything about QMine, all the decisions, everything. And it gives 10% of the profits to holders. So the difference in QMine is there's millions of, there's going to be 1 billion tokens total. And I think it's like 85% out. So there's still going to be a little bit of dilution coming to QMine. And there's only 676 QRWA tokens. So there's a Dutch auction that you got to come to and go to the Qubic web wallet. And once you click there, the IPO button comes up and you can come and you place your bid. And then I just started this new web wallet here, but I wonder if I can do it for my other one. And then you put in price per Qubic. So I would do like 125 million or something around there, and then send the bid in. And I don't know if you have to do it from, yeah, you have to be able to do this. Okay, that's right. So I have to send my Qubic into here probably to do it. But the fact there's only 676 of them and 10% of the rewards are going to that few shares, I don't know which one's going to pay more. But since I have so much Q mine and I only have a half a billion Qubic left, I can't afford to do this pre-sale. I blew too much on the game and the in-game items for MLM and the Garth NFT. But oh yeah, where the hell? So the Garth game, they just put the teaser out for that, and it looks really, really cool. Yeah, this is good work. Yeah, I'm almost done setting up my other computer so I can make the switch and get rid of this piece of shit because it's just wild how slow this fucker is when I use Canva or in StreamYard. But guys, Phoenix DeFi Hub, this shit has been paying. It's insane. Like I only have now, it's down to 280 bucks. I claimed my rewards when I was with Robert on Friday in St. Augustine. And today I have 23.5 Phoenix to claim. So that's 20 stellar. So I'm getting almost 40 stellar per week. And I've had this staked for a year now. Over a year. So just think of how much that is. Like it's 70% APY, but the Phoenix token is going up against Stellar, which never happens in these liquidity pools. You always bleed against the asset. So your APY is high, but your yield kind of sucks. Well, this is the opposite. So I've been able to add over 20,000 Velo and 600 Relio tokens to my position in the last year just from the APY on $280 that I have in the stupid pool here. It's crazy, guys. And Phoenix, like they're building more. They after I did a video about it, they DM me and were like, "Hey, check this." They sent me screenshots of some shit that they're building. So they're not going away. They got a grant from the Development Foundation, and like it's one of the only places to earn yield. So as Stellar starts to work with major names out there and become a blue chip crypto as it gets adopted, these protocols are going to start to really become popular. And now's the time where you get in them. This is the opportunity right here. And even if you can add to this 20 bucks a week over the next 3 months, you'll pretty much be at where I'm at my $280 in my little pleb ass pool. But that's all right. Like in the next couple weeks, hopefully I'm gonna add 100 bucks to this. And then my rewards, I'll get almost another 35%. And that'll just go to adding more to Velo and Relio. So it guys like I see where this market's going. And if it's frustrating, it feels like everything sucks, everything is LARP, nothing's good, but there really are projects that are building and have the partnerships. And as soon as the regulations are in place and everything starts to get tokenized, real estate, debt, all this stuff, you're going to start to see a lot of settlement on the public networks. And once you start to see volume come through, that's when everything starts to change. And I think we're just right on the precipice. If we can get this stupid Clarity Act to pass, I think we're ready to rock and roll. You know, they're just taking their time. And I think they need to get this done too, because if it doesn't happen and it gets kicked down the can, it gets the threat of being a Democratic decision in a couple of years. If they take over like the House or something and they win the presidency, and we have 4 more years of the Gary Gensler administration coming up in 2028, that's going to be horrible. So I think, seeing Brian Armstrong come out like this and Charles and other people, like, you can really see America is so much different than the world, where we have that freedom, where we have that we just have the Constitution, and people really take pride in that. So I just don't see it becoming this crazy demonic system unless AI they allow to get so bad it starts scamming people left and right, stealing people's identities, making people's lives hell to where they start screaming and saying, "We've had enough, we've had enough. You got to do something. You got to do something." And then they crack down with the Patriot Act 3.0 and all of our privacy is freaking gone. That's the one thing I fear. But it is what it is. I can't afford to have any biases. Yeah, for Excel, like Stronghold, for example, is working with 1 million online merchants around the world for Stronghold Pay. And they've been working with IBM since 2018. They built their stablecoin network out that they've been privately using. So it's not like these companies haven't been using this shit for years. We just don't know about it and they don't talk about it. But once the time is right and the laws are here, magically, poof, it's going to be like they just started doing it, but they didn't. They've been doing this shit for years. And it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all an illusion. And you really got to go against the grain and just find the best cryptos, the blue chips. Maybe I'm wrong. And it's not going to be XRP and XLM and HBAR and Flare and Quant and Qubic and Velo. Look what happened to Axelar. The whole team left. So I only have a little bit left in my IRA. I sold all my liquid Axelar and put it into Jasmy. Just Maximus. Shout out Maximus. Just put out 2 awesome videos about Jasmy and everything they're building in Japan with interoperability and the ability for any EVM project to tap into what they're doing. So Jasmy's just been building nonstop. So it's going to get to a point, guys, where these things are valued properly. And this is the opportunity of when Amazon, if you go back and listen to Jeff Bezos, he talked about in the early 2000s when the company was growing and everything was looking good on the books, but the stock price was doing nothing. He kept expanding every year, but the stock price just kept going down and it didn't reflect the true value. But eventually it caught up, and that's where we are with these blue chips. No, bro, the whole freaking dev team, the main dev team left. Circle freaking poached them. So I don't know why. I know the Zcash team left too, but the Axelar team is gone. First Circle. So I had to de-risk half my position. So I got to like $600 of it in my IRA. So if it goes to zero, great. I don't give a shit at this point. But yeah, bro, it's not good. That's for damn sure. It's not a good thing that they left. But yeah, guys, there's so many amazing bullish projects out here. Just find them and know what you hold. I've been researching these things now for 6 years, and it's apparent to me who the winners are going to be. And yeah, you get the Canton networks that come out of nowhere, and the Asters and these certain coins that come out and run, and Ondo. But for the most part, we know these things, the public, open source, decentralized blockchains are the future where everyone's going to be settling on and growing on. It's just a matter of time. So use this shit as an opportunity to grow your blue chip bags, because there's going to be a time in 6-9 months from now when the markets are all tokenized. BlackRock's launching their new Texas stock exchange, rumors of Ripple going public. You know, we have regulations in place and the market looks totally different. You're going to look back and say, fuck, I wish I loaded up. Fuck, I wish I got more. I should have done this. And that's what I don't want you to do, is in a year from now say, oh my God, why didn't I do this? Why did I not just buy this coin when I knew or I had a feeling? So you'd rather you're in a better position having exposure to all of it, in my opinion, and just diversifying to where what happens with XRP and XLM is never going to affect Qubic or Pulse Chain or Dynex or Hedera. Like, they're all working on different parts of the industry that aren't competing. So if Flare shits the bed, it doesn't mean Quant is going to shit the bed too, or Jasmy or Stronghold. So there's about 20 cryptos that are must holds, in my opinion. And those are the ones I'm just adding to right now and I'm focusing on, and screw the risky shit. I'm just investing in the stuff that I know that I've done the research on, because for the most part, the stuff that has faded out or did shitty, like higher on AVAX, BioFi, shit, what's that other one? I can't even remember the name of it now. It's not an AI coin, but it was like a decentral storage chain. Like, that thing crapped the bed. And all those came from fucking Crypto Sensei and these other influencers who now I know how it works. They were getting paid to shill these projects. They didn't just find them out of the research they were doing. They got approached and they got paid to shill them. And I didn't understand it, so I fell for it. So the stuff that I found on my own and did the research on, the stuff is all crushing for the most part, except Veracity, Axelar took a shit, and Alliance Block, and like Casper. But other than that, the other 25, 30 all look more bullish than ever. So don't listen to the idiots out here, guys. Have conviction, know what you hold, and you'll be the new 1% in the near future. I promise you. Peace.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Vibra got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.